Hello, my loves. Welcome into this reading for 1 degrees, 33 minutes of Aquarius in the 9th house. This is for the Aquarius new moon 2023. If you haven't already watched the introduction video, please go ahead and do that. The house system in our zodiac story represents where something happens. So this is where the new moon is happening in our lives, in the sky, and how it relates to our chart. And so this is where we're being invited to focus this new moon energy. The 9th house is ruled by the sign of Sagittarius, which is the 9th sign of the zodiac. Jupiter is the planet that rules Sagittarius, so the 9th house is also ruled by Jupiter. The 9th house theme is the Sagittarian Jupiter theme of spirituality. It deals with higher education, it deals with ideology, travel, philosophy, and the second partner. So somewhere in your house of spirituality, you're going to be choosing a rebellion, a way of doing things differently. It could be a belief, it could be a action, a choice, it could be a new hobby, a new habit within this realm. For me, it feels like if you've been wanting to change your spiritual beliefs or the authority that you orient to spiritually, this would be a beautiful time to do that. New moon in Aquarius, rebel, go against whatever it is that you've been doing spiritually and pick something new. If that's been something you've been thinking about, this is an extra emphasis on that. You don't have to choose that. Could be that there's a higher education subject that you've been wanting to study that may be kind of off the wall. This is your confirmation that that's a way that you can rebel. Go ahead, study it. Doesn't matter if everyone's going to think you're weird for going to study being a librarian. If that's what calls to you, go ahead and do it. Okay. Travel too, like if you want to travel to an unconventional place, you could pick that. If you want to change your philosophy on something to something a little bit more unconventional, a little bit less mainstream, there you go. Something with a second partner, maybe you're choosing a second partner at this time and maybe they're a little non-mainstream. And that could be how this expresses for you as well. Hopefully I've given you enough examples to kind of pick what resonates with you. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the whole house system and how it kind of works together over time, and how you can understand a little bit more about your chart through understanding the whole house system deeper. If that's too much information for you and or you're not interested, you can just scroll ahead to the reading part of this reading. So, 9th housers. If Aquarius is in your 9th house using the whole house system, that means that your rising sign is Gemini. So if your rising is Gemini in the whole house system, all of the 9th house is in the sign of Aquarius, okay, which is Cancer. The next sign of the zodiac is Leo. That would be the 3rd house ruler. And you go all the way around. And you have to know the order of the zodiac to be able to do this. And that is one caveat, okay? But hopefully, as we're doing these readings and cycles, you're starting to learn this order of the zodiac, okay? Another thing about the whole house system is you may have noticed already, or you will notice that the new moons are moving houses one at a time. So this new moon in Aquarius is happening in your 9th house. The new moon in Pisces will happen in your 10th house. The full moons, the ones that are opposite where the new moon was, that is going to be always in the house opposite where the new moon was as well. So the house that's opposite the 9th house is the 3rd house, okay? So that would be where your where the full moon in Leo will happen for you. Another cool thing about the whole house system, well, that was it. But the full moons also progress through the houses. So the next one will go into the 4th house. Okay. That would be the full moon in Virgo. Hopefully that makes sense. We're going to get to the reading part. So if you haven't already picked the way that you're going to rebel in your spiritual life, your spiritual world, go ahead and do that now. And close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, call in your spiritual support team, and open your heart to receive the guidance that's most aligned for you. Find out which Celtic goddess is here to help you navigate through this rebellion in your spiritual life. Oh, I love her. Okay. So we have number 14, Rosmerta, and she's the goddess of communication. So Rosmerta's message to you. Rosmerta's rainbow means peace. So if you see a rainbow, the message is peace. Heaven hears your call and responds by blessing your heartfelt yearnings. Hold on to your hopes and dreams and keep believing that miracles can happen. Expect good news within a few days, a few weeks regarding work, money, love, or health. The life force of Rosmerta's rainbow reinforces your belief in spiritual protection. It is a reminder to recognize and know that there is more to life than the physical world. Your guardian angels, spirit guides, and human people will confirm everything is getting better for you. Uncertainty and fear are replaced by serenity and peace. Her keywords are harmony, good news, providence, and she hails from Ireland. Wow. It says, if you see a rainbow, make a wish. Dreaming of a rainbow is a sign of imminent happiness. It is also said to be unlucky to point at a rainbow. And if you see a rainbow at a funeral, be assured the message from the deceased is that they are at rest and they want you to enjoy life rather than mourn for them. So you're connected to spirit this lunar phase, especially as you're making this change in your spiritual house. And this goddess wants to come here and let you know you're communicating with spirit. She's communicating to you that this is an aligned change, that this shift that you've chosen to make is somehow going to lead you from fear to peace, from worry to serenity, okay, from the bad times to the good. This is a aligned shift for you to make. The rainbow is coming to bring in affirmation of the alignment. Rosmerta is always associated with the rainbow. And I would just be watching what rainbow communications you get this lunar phase. You might see a rainbow. You might just see like a rainbow sticker on a car that has a license plate that says God, right? Just as an example. Things like that are going to happen. Be open to them. Be open to miracles. If you've been praying for a miracle or you want to pray for a miracle for somebody or for yourself, this is the time to do that. Connect to spirit. That might feel like an act of rebellion in your spiritual world, right? You may have never prayed before or been a prayer or believed in miracles, and maybe that's the act of rebellion you want to choose here. I always ask you to choose something before the reading so that you can go into the reading with an intention, okay? Because that activates the reading. But if at any point after I read the card and we talk about it more and you want to change your intention, your choice, feel free to do that if that feels aligned to you, okay? And don't talk yourself out of something good, but also know that if you really feel motivated, like, oh, I wish I would have known this before because I would rather choose this, then that's when you just change it, okay? Hope this makes sense. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.